Hello all, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Today we are going to learn another timer that is set interval. Okay, in the yesterday session we understand set timeout, and today we are going to learn set interval. At the same time, we're going to do a simple and a small project that as a digital clock. Okay, I hope you are interested, right? Yeah, let's jump into the code and design it. So fine, we all know that set interval is a predefined method which is available in the DOM. Okay, I will explain those things later. So this set interval, it is expecting a callback function and the interval. Suppose if you give a interval 1000 milliseconds, and if you give any kind of callback function, so I'm just going directly and I'm adding a arrow function. Okay, because I hope you have already practiced arrow functions. So here I'm just simply writing because we have only one statement. That's why I want to make it very simple. So just I'm writing welcome. So what it will do, it will this set interval attach a timer in the browser web API, and it will execute this callback function every after 1000 milliseconds. Okay, let's see whether we are able to see in the console.log message uh, every after 1000 milliseconds. So I'm just opening the things in the browser and just go on inspect so that you will see the console.log message. Suppose if you see already it has done. Okay, I will just refresh. So 1000 milliseconds. So if you see, you are able to see the count because whenever it is displaying the same message, instead of displaying into the new line, it will give a number like how many times it has displayed in the console.log. So it's keep on doing. But how to stop that? Because if you don't stop it, it will keep on executing that callback function for each and every 1000 milliseconds. Okay, how to stop those things we are going to cover in the next video. But in this video, we can create a simple digital clock. Okay, digital clock means suppose we need to see the time, like right now the 5:49 and 32 seconds in the morning. Okay, so let's see, we should display that information. So if you want to display the information, we know we should create some HTML tag, and here I'm writing like it's a digital clock. So analog clock is somewhat difficult to design, but of course definitely we can do that one also. So here we should display some digital clock here. So it's very simple. It's very simple. I think some of you already know it. So what we need to do, we need to JavaScript is providing the date object. Okay, so date, it will give a new date. Suppose for example, where if you want to date, so you can go one new date. That's it. Okay, it will give the current date. And even if you want to, it is providing a lot of methods. So if you want to get what is the month, seconds, the time, time zone offset, and even we can convert into different time zones actually. So lots of things are there. Please go and practice at least a few of these things. So right now, simple. I want to simply attach a simple the time. So for that, what we can do, where suppose the time equal to new date. Okay, new date. Okay, it's a you should give it the parenthesis. Don't forget that because that is a class or a constructor function. And I'm using simple one to local a time string. Okay, it's a simple thing. So what we need to do, we will get the time. Whenever you just execute this line of code, you will get exact time what is right now. But here what we need to do, because every second the time will change, right? Like suppose 5:51 32 seconds, 5:51 33 seconds, like that. So every within every 1,000 seconds we should refresh the time information. So for that what we need to do, it's very simple. So for we should take this ID and we should give and we should attach the time. First of all, just do the simple thing here. What I'm doing, document dot get element by ID, just find out the ID of that HTML element. So I'm just giving like display time, the simple one. Okay, dot inner HTML. Okay, in this inner HTML what we need to give, so simple, so new date, right, to local time string, so that it will give the time. That's it. So this is also not required because we can finish things in a single line. So if you have some confusion here, I'm just moving to the different lines. Okay, simple document.get element by inner HTML equal to, we are just giving our mm, the code, like the new date. So if you see, if you don't have this, if you don't have, first of all, without using a timer, what will happen? Without using a timer, what will happen? And then you can understand easily what is the importance of the timers. So if you don't have a timer, and of course I'm just using simply document.get element by ID and HTML is new without a timer, without a timer. So just refresh your browser. So if you see, you got the time 5:53 and 27 seconds AM. But if you observe this for a 1 hour or 2 hours, it will show the same time, because and if you refresh at the time, it will execute that code one more time and it will give that particular time. And if you sit idle for 1 more hour, it will always display the same, because once you give information to the browser, that's it, it will print and it will take rest. But here the time will change every second, right? So that we need to inform to the browser, please change this time every 1,000 milliseconds, or you can define how many milliseconds you want to refresh. So what it will do, that's the importance of timers, right? I hope you guys understood. Okay, if you don't use a timer, you can't change the time for every second. So now what we are doing, simply here I use a set interval. Then what happen, that timer will attach to the browser, that will take care. Okay, it will execute this the same line of code, this will execute the same line of code for each and every 1,000 milliseconds, and so that every 1,000 millisecond it is going to provide the new time, and we no need to refresh the browser. If you see, boom, so digital clock, you see, it's happening. That is the importance of the timers. So I hope you guys understood. If you understood what you need to do, you should do a practice and design it properly, because I just designed like a plain thing. So it's better to use your CSS skills to make it uh, beautiful. So end of the day, UI is also very important. So I hope you guys understood. And in the next session, suppose if I want to stop this one, suppose if you have done counter, or if you create like stopwatch. Okay, stopwatch, what we need to do, stopwatch. So if you click on a button, it should start counting, and after, once again if you click on end button, it should stop counting. So those kind of things we are going to implement in coming sessions. So in that situations, what we need to, we should have a control that, okay, we have set the timer. If you don't delete that timer in the browser, it will keep on executing unless until you close the browser or close the tab. So how to deal with those things. So we have a clear timeout and clear interval. There are two other methods are there. So to handle those situations. So those things I'm going to cover in a separate video. Stay tuned and please do practice. Without doing practice, you can't learn anything. Without doing revision, you can't remember anything. So please, if you want to learn JavaScript, do practice in a right way. Okay, that's all for today, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.